You guys have a trading plan for tomorrow? Do you know what you're going to trade? Let's take a look at 5 stocks and see if these are good candidates for either swing trades or day trade setups. We're starting with MGNI. We're going to talk about SunPower, Vivint Solar, Tesla, and DKNG. Let's take a look at MGNI to start. First of all, the first thing that jumps out at me is this big, nasty bear flag. This is not a good thing for upside continuation. It's great for downside. The only thing that throws me off a little tiny bit is the fact that we got a beautiful green close here. But we'll talk about what to look for after the fact. First, we need to zoom out on the daily time frame. Where are we as far as support goes? We have a double bottom here at 558, triple bottom in fact. We'll go to the 4-hour time frame to validate those levels because sometimes things change after hours. 558 seems to be the pretty important level here. So let's turn our pivots on. 558, our low 558, and again, what is our low on this candlestick? 557 likely. Yes, it is. So we still consider that to be a triple bottom. That's good for the bulls, and that is what got us to where we are now. A nice, beautiful bottom fish. The problem is that we are still looking for downside. If we lose 558 and execute this bear flag, we don't have really a lot of support in the daily time frame until we get down to 494. So quite a big range for us to fall through. What we need to look at is the hourly time frame and look at the most likely outcome for this flag. Now, when we're drawing our flags, we can do a couple of things. First of all, we're going to look for areas of support and resistance. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and grab this little channel, and I'm going to go drag it down to meet those lines. What I'm doing is creating a channel of action because the body of our flag, which is our phase 2, generally stays inside this channel. Now we will validate this if we open below and close below this channel and see some resistance at this level. There's still a lot to happen. We can easily negate this bear flag by opening above and seeing some strength. If we can get above a resistance at $6 psychological, I will call that flag negated. But in the most likely outcome at this point, and this is where that big green day throws you off a little bit, the most likely outcome is going to be a lower open into continued weakness into a drop below our trend line, and then we should have enough energy to the downside to break through 558. Again, if we get over top of $6 psychological, we will negate this entire thing. So we'll see what happens. Let's react to whatever the market gives us, planning for both strategies. 50-minute time frame, obviously bullish. The only thing that would slow us down is the fact that we were overbought. And we got this big old trend line that we've just established. Now keep in mind, 2 points does not a trend line make. So we need to see that red confirmation. We need to see a little bit of pullback. Then we'll be happier with this 4-hour bull flag. But certainly fitting the bill currently on MGNI. SPWR, where are we on the daily time frame? A little bit all over the place. In fact, no real clear trend. Not enough data here on the daily time frame to give us much of anything. A couple of support levels that we can watch for. But we're going to zoom in until we can start to see a trend. On the 4-hour time frame, we see lower highs. So we've got a little bit of a descending bit of action for us, choppy otherwise. So not a lot of clarity here either. We're going to keep moving in until we find some sort of clarity. We see an hourly uptrend into a wedge, bear break. We see a high, a lower high, and lower lows. So in the very, very short term, we're more or less going sideways with lower high resistance. Setting up 1124 double top on the hourly time frame. What we would look for in the short term would be the loss of the afternoon low at 1094 into downside, and then we'll go back to the 4-hour time frame and try to see if we can get a low around or just under 1035. That would fit the bill for this hourly downtrend. Otherwise, a real lack of clarity on SPWR. If bulls can get over 1124, they have the option of changing the trend, but we do have 1138 resistance and right above that 1198 as well. Another solar name, this one much stronger and doing a lot of work, likely to carry the TAN solar ETF, which is, I'm happy to report, in my very, very long-term no-touch investment portfolio. So happy to see solar doing well. In my opinion, there is no future without massive solar. So here we are. VSLR daily time frame. Getting close to overbought. We're at 69. And what we can do on the RSI is we can draw just like we can on everything else. So if we go here, we ask ourselves, how close are we to RSI resistance? We still have a few days to go. We can probably get up at least to my eyeball look, about 75, 74 on the RSI. Eyeball look. Is that even a term? 4-hour time frame. 4-hour bulls absolutely in control. Higher low 29.81. We set another 4-hour higher low confirmed at 31.87. So we're going to look to the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute bulls are still in charge. 34 psychological, the only real resistance in sight. Hourly bulls in charge as well with another higher low. Everything is looking good. At this point in the 4-hour time frame, we'll be looking to break 31.87. If we break that on volume, we have 29.81 acting as support, and that would likely be the initiation of another daily higher low test. Anything over 29.81 is going to give us another daily higher low. Tesla. This one was fun yesterday. A lot of momentum carried through. We broke some key resistances, but now we have a bit of indecision on today's candlestick. We know it's indecision because we have these upper and lower wicks. It's not as indecisive as seeing a very, very small body or even a doji, but it is indecisive with a bull lean. We can see it's indecisive, and you get that feeling because if bulls were in absolute control as they were yesterday, bears would not have the ability to push the price back down, giving us this big upper wick. So we'll go into the 4-hour time frame. We ask ourselves, are we overbought? When's the last time we consolidated? We haven't consolidated on the 4-hour time frame since 360.50, so we have a lot of work to do. What we'll watch for on the hourly time frame or the 4-hour time frame will be the loss of these consecutive higher lows that will initiate the beginning stages of 4-hour consolidation. Again, a huge range to work with. Hourly time frame, bulls in control for the most part, establishing those 4-hour higher lows. We lost hourly support, or hourly higher low support, I should say, and then just consolidated ever so briefly. So anything over top of 430.70 is going to be another hourly higher low, and I think we even got one above that 439.12. But for me, I'm watching these consecutive higher lows as my first indication of weakness, and then we'll play that as it comes. DKNG on the daily time frame. Let's go back. We looked at this one yesterday. This is another indecision candlestick. So big volume, big upper and lower wicks. Far different story than we saw yesterday. We have support at 46.51. That was the low of the early morning drop. We'll go right to the 5-minute to check that out. We ended up with a near double bottom and a near triple bottom bouncing, but not really getting a lot of follow through. So here is that indecisive action, just trending sideways with no real follow through at all. So what we'll do is go to the hourly time frame. We're going to look for continuation. We have our hourly higher lows, 40.33. We've got this little guy under here we talked about yesterday, 45.78 and 46.51. If we lose 46.51, that will be the start of 4-hour consolidation. And then anything over top of 40.33 will give us that look. Now, at the 4-hour time frame, we have to take a different perspective. So let's play bull for a second. This is almost a 4-hour bull flag. And we know it's a bull flag because we have this big run up. We've got ourselves a relatively tight area of action. And if we wanted to draw that in, we could say that we've got ourselves a channel. When I'm drawing channels, I focus on the bodies because I'm not too concerned about wild volatile moves. I want to see where most of the action takes place. Doesn't quite fit the hourly time frame, but if we were going to be looking for a bull break and we want to see confirmation, I would look for an entry on the first higher low after a break above 49.88. That is it for today. Hope you enjoyed the videos. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I like talking to you guys. I like helping people with technical analysis, and I'm happy to do whatever I can to help you.